The GOPex program of good oral posture exercises is a regimen that can help guide children to acquire the habits that will foster excellent facial and jaw development, and in turn allow them to achieve their full genetic potential. With large attractive jaws, healthy airway, and a full set of 32 straight and stable adult teeth. That is including the wisdom teeth. Human biology explains that pressure stimulates bone cells to grow. We know that when astronauts travel into space, they lose precious bone cells due to lack of pressure from gravity. In the same way, when our muscles do not have good tone and are not exercised properly, they will not exert the weight that bones need to maintain their optimal shape. By understanding this principle, we developed GOPex to help our muscles by changing modern habits. A series of simple exercises can be incorporated into daily activities to train the muscles to hold the posture with the adequate tonicity to apply weight to the cells and in turn allow the maximum growth of the facial structures. GOPex focuses on facial posture, which has been largely ignored. A few generations ago, good oral posture was practiced naturally in society. We have observed that individuals living in traditional societies tend to have better overall posture than modern industrialized people. We have stopped paying attention. The awareness of how we present ourselves to the world is not of significant value in modern life. Children are not expected to perform daily activities in a specific way. It is clear that crowding is much more prevalent today than it was a few generations ago. We can trace these malocclusion problems to the fact that most children hold their mouth open at rest. We know now that this bad oral posture epidemic is responsible for less than ideal breathing and directly relates to poor sleep, which in turn is being linked to many behavioral problems such as ADHD, attention problems, and conditions like depression. The development of GOPex came from the realization that by utilizing daily activities like chewing and speaking, our brain could integrate changes that would result in regaining the critical muscle tone needed for correct growth. By utilizing intention, we can teach children and adults to breathe in a way that will help develop proper nasal respiration, which allows the air to enter the body in the healthiest, most efficient way. We use GOPex to teach children how to rest properly. We know that rest is important because we grow when we sleep. Our grandmothers knew that. Because we cannot train children while they're sleeping, we train them while they're awake by promoting resting pauses throughout the day. Using common activities such as eating, chewing, and talking, reading. During the chewing exercise, we ask children to chew for a few minutes, to choose food that is very consistent and is unprocessed, harder food, in order for them to exercise their muscles, and then we want them to grind this food completely until it's almost liquefied. Then put their teeth together and make as long a pause as possible, like this. During the pause, we want to see the face, all the muscles of the face completely quiet, and we only want to see movement in the throat. Kids that cannot do this, they tend to swallow by making faces, like this. These are all little habits that do not allow the jaws and the teeth to develop properly. So doing a few minutes a day with that intention and exercising that long pause and quieting down the muscles of the face will help the children grow better, developing better airway and a jaw that will fit all their 32 adult teeth without any crowding. When talking or reading, we ask children to obey the same rests as when chewing, slowing down and taking time to think and express themselves clearly. We know that this will have more than one benefit. By paying attention to these rests during speech and training our brain to receive air through the nose exclusively, we achieve a rewiring of the brain. If these activities are repeated enough during the day, they become second nature. And when we're ready to rest at night, we will do it exactly as we have practiced during the day. When GOPex is practiced consistently, we trick the brain to rest in a specific way that fosters maximum growth. That is what John Mew calls the tropic premise. Lips and teeth together, with the tongue fully on the roof of the mouth and breathing exclusively through the nose for 4 to 8 hours a day. By slowing down speech and making frequent long stops, we teach the brain that when it's time to rest, it should be done in a very specific manner. We know from neuroscience research that if we perform a certain activity for a minimum of 30 consecutive days, we create a habit. GOPex guides children and their parents to successfully rewire the brain by changing the intention during 7 minutes of activities that they are already performing every single day. These are not any additional activities. They are things they already do, but GOPex will teach to chew as you mean it and to speak slowly, with specific long pauses, always taking air through the nose. In addition, our nose warms, moisturizes, filters, and adds important components such as nitric oxide to the air we breathe. All these benefits are lost when we breathe through our mouth. There is enough research that shows that mouth breathing will tax our bodies and make us more susceptible for chronic disease. Through GOPex, you are able to change behavior to maximize health and longevity. As a side effect of GOPex, as you become healthier, you will also become more attractive. Because having better muscle tone and improving the quality of your rest will be noticed in many aspects of your health, both on your looks as well as in the way you feel. With this, we welcome you to GOPex in order to help you, your children, or anyone you care about achieve better health.